Hi, I'm Nathan Oakley and this is video log number 42. A couple of YouTube commenters have asked me to dissect my beliefs or my background, and frankly it's not enough to make a full video log and I don't know how interested people would be in my background, so I haven't made one. And by the same token, people have asked me or told me that I should be looking into the occult and Freemasons and pagans and all of this sort of stuff. Now, while I completely understand the connection to the heliocentric model, I don't really have any first-hand information to give on this subject, so I didn't really see the point in making a video log until yesterday, when I, as a good Christian, offered to help out a colleague and lighten his load. And another one of the drivers there overheard me doing this, piped up and said, "He's only doing that because he's a Christian. I'd never do that. I'm a pagan." Now, I've worked with this guy for years and I had no idea he was a pagan. Well, people have asked me my beliefs and I've told them openly I'm a Christian. His beliefs never came up, so I had no idea. So I started chatting to him about his pagan beliefs. And while I was in the conversation, another driver piped up and said, "Oh, I didn't know you were a pagan. I'm a pagan as well." So I had two pagans to chat to and quiz. Now, to be fair, they did shut down because there was quite a few people around while I was asking the questions. But I sort of grilled them and asked them, do you have a church? What are your beliefs? What is your God? Who do you worship? And they essentially explained that they don't actually have. It's more of a sort of journey of discovery and a gratitude for, the sun giving life to the earth and growing seeds. And it's sort of a thanks for that, a gratitude rather than a worship. That's how they explained it. The driver who came in second sort of explained that they didn't have a church, that they had moots. Now, my wife was quick to point out that moot's actually a legal term for a meeting in a legal context. The information was sort of vaguely along the lines of what I knew anyway, and I tried to egg them along by talking, calling it sun worship and saying about Isis and Osiris, but they kind of shut down, and no matter how dumb I played or how much I sort of gave them information, they didn't really want to talk about it too much. So I kind of tried to make jest of it and said, "Well, tell me something juicy, tell me something interesting. I'm not trying to fight you or convert you to being a Christian," which led on to the older chap launching into an attack on Christians, which I shut up to hear what he had to say, but with some very fruitful language. Said it's not about the man on the cross, it's about the sun in the sky. So that was interesting, but not juicy. So I sort of pushed them a bit further and said, tell me something that's exciting or juicy or that I wouldn't know. And the one guy said, "It's not about sacrificing virgins on altars." And I went, "Whoa, have you sacrificed virgins on altars? So is it ever about sacrificing virgins on altars?" And he kind of got a bit cagey, and that was the end of that conversation. And he wandered off, leaving me with the second driver, who went on to explain that along this self-discovery journey, there's a little bit of magic thrown in. And I kind of said, "Well, what kind of magic?" And he said, "Well, there's all sorts of different types, including sex magic." Again, that's where he kind of shut down and didn't want to tell me anything else. Now, my wife pointed out that particular guy got married on Halloween. Read into that what you will. So that's probably not a full video log's worth of information, but it leaves me with just enough time to tell you about my background. So I was raised a Christian in a Church of England school in Spark Hill in Birmingham, and the thing about Spark Hill is it's predominantly a Muslim area. So there are a smattering of Sikhs, blacks, Chinese and whites. But even at a Church of England school, I was very much in the minority as a white person. It would have been the same if I was black. So yeah, it was a strange, now I reflect on it, upbringing, but at the time it seemed perfectly normal, and the Muslim cultures were, perfectly friendly, like any other people. They're just people, but with different cultures to our own. So that was a bit about my background. People have also asked me, do I believe in God? Do I believe in the devil? Yes, I believe in God. Yes, I believe in the devil. But yeah, it's probably not juicy enough to sort of make a video log about just me and my background and my beliefs, hence me tagging it onto the end of literally the only first-hand information I have on pagans. So there we go, sex magic, virgin sacrifices, and me growing up in a Muslim part of Birmingham. I've been Nathan Oakley. I'll see you in the next video log.